Welcome everyone to this latest edition of Insights Ghana. It is a series of webinars through which I, Roberta Lepre from Weave Consulting, together with my colleague Nadia Paj, business strategist, brings to you inspirations and ideas from leading figures within the business community. And today, we are very excited to welcome with us Mr. Yofi Grant. Welcome, Mr. Grant. Mr. Grant is the CEO of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. And we also have with us today Mr. Farrugia. Welcome, Mr. Farrugia, the CEO of Malta Enterprise. We also have with us our resident guest, Mr. Chris Busutil-Delbridge from Evolve Limited, who will be sharing with us his own experience, his own innovative ideas. So welcome everyone. Maybe we can start with you, Mr. Grant. Can you tell us a little bit about the Ghana Investment Promotion Center and the work that you do?
Okay, thank you very much. The Ghana Investment Promotion Center is the government's, let's say, investment promotion arm. Our job mainly is to facilitate, promote, and attract foreign direct investment into the Ghana economy in partnership or alone, but with a partnership with the local economy. My office is under the presidency, so it's part of the Office of the President. And one of our jobs is also to promote Ghana, to sell brand Ghana, firstly, and then to also sell the investment opportunities that exist for Ghana. And as you know, Ghana is a resource-rich country. I have always described Ghana with the 3 O's. The first O is opportunity. It's a land of opportunity, resource-rich. We have gold, we have diamonds, we have timber, we have oil and gas, we have bauxite, we have aluminium, we have manganese, we have lithium, and we also have some ornamental minerals. And then we also have a lot of land for farming and agriculture. But more recently, because of our education policies, we are also ensuring that in the middle term, the lowest education of the average Ghanaian will be high school education to prepare a kid of well-schooled, well-heeled young people who can actually move the economy in transition. So we believe that we are very well, positioned as a land of opportunity. And of course, we're in the middle of the world. Ghana is the only country on latitude 0, longitude 0. So in terms of logistics, we are centrally placed and therefore facilitate trade and supply chain business across the continent with other continents. But we also have summer all year round. It's warm, we don't have any winters. And so it's a good place to hang out. It's warm and the people are extremely friendly and we speak English, although all our neighbors are French and the sea. So you either learn to swim or you learn to speak French. I will do
Sounds
both.
Wonderful.
Then, sorry, the second O is openness. We are very open, so we engage, which is one of the issues that we are actually doing right now, that we're engaging with you so that we can have mutual benefit out of our relationship. And the third O is we are very optimistic. Pre-COVID, the Ghana economy was one of the fastest growing in the world with an average of about 7% over the past 3 years. And so we are very clear that with the right policies and a lot of our thinking, we can actually transform this nation into one of the leading growth economies in the world. And so we have the 3 O's: opportunity, openness, and optimism.
Fantastic. Mr. Farrugia, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the work of Malta Enterprise and maybe what you are focusing on at this point in time.
Malta Enterprise is the economic development agency of the country. It's also the investment promotion arm of the government of Malta. And for the past few months, we've taken the role of business support during the time of the pandemic. So for the past few months, we have been also administering all or most of the business support schemes that the government has launched throughout the COVID period, and they're still they're still in place as we speak. So basically, a lot of re-engineering went into changing the way we work as Malta Enterprise. However, our main work, our core business, is attracting investments to Malta, just like Yofi's investment promotion agency in Ghana. So that is more or less what we do as Malta Enterprise. What is very interesting listening to Yofi speak, and we had the opportunity to discuss this when a business delegation from Malta was in Ghana early in March, even before COVID hit, was the amount of similarities that we have. First of all, we have an ongoing discussion who is at the center of the world between Ghana and because we both think that we're at the center of the earth, but we can co-live together because definitely Ghana is at the center of Africa. It's a very important geographical and strategic location, just as Malta is in the Mediterranean region. It's part of the European Union. It's close to the Middle East, and we have extremely good connections both by air and by sea. What is also very interesting in terms of similarities between Malta and Ghana is that we both speak English as the main, one of our main languages. And this, of course, binds us together, and it does provide basis for our two countries to build on such similarities. One maybe interesting historical fact is that while Malta became an independent nation in 1964, Ghana became an independent nation in 1957. So as two countries and in terms of past, we're also very similar, and we're more or less the same age. So I think, and from the experience, the very, very positive experience that the business delegation had when we were in Ghana, I think there's a lot of opportunities we can look at together, and we can nourish a very important relationship. And I'm sure that we'll have occasion to speak about these during the course of this webinar.
Speaking about opportunities, Mr. Farrugia, what are the opportunities that have been explored already, or we started exploring between the two countries? Is there a particular sector in particular which we're focusing more than others?
Interestingly, there is no one specific area where Maltese businesses were looking at. In fact, the business delegation, we had businesses in the textile industry, we had in the bioscience and life sciences, we had businesses from the logistics aspect. So in reality, there are so many opportunities in Ghana, and I'm here doing a bit of Yofi's work. So many opportunities that I don't think that businesses should be restricting, or we should be restricting the opportunities for Maltese businesses in Ghana. However, in terms of opportunities between Malta and Ghana to work together, of course, Ghana is a gateway for European business to the rest of Africa, just as much as Malta is the gateway for African and Ghanaian business into Europe. So I think there are natural ties, and in reality, we did strike a very, very good chord when we met, both when we were in Ghana and also when the Ghanaians came to Malta. So I think we can form a natural alliance to explore the opportunities that both countries can give to each other.
And just to add to what Kurt just said, I mean, apart from hard industry, even in the social economy and other bits of the social infrastructure, we did find very interesting commonalities and opportunities for Maltese business people. For example, in education, where there is an effort to build a bridge between Malta and Ghana. Ghana can supply the human capital or the manpower to train especially in transport, trained to work in Malta, or Maltese trained them in Ghana for the market as it is. There was also the bit about nurses, also the bit about deep sea divers for the oil and gas industry. And so it's broad. I mean, like Kurt said, the opportunities are here. Ghana may be starting from a lower base, and so the cost of entry is probably much lower than in many other places, but the opportunities are enormous and the returns are phenomenal. And so for me, it's a very attractive proposition. But the proposition is just not for me, it's a strategic one. Because like Kurt said, I mean, Malta should be like the gateway for Ghana and then the rest of Africa into Europe, whereas Ghana will be the gateway for Malta into the African continent. And we believe that the African continent represents a huge opportunity, especially with the advent of the Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, which is going to be headquartered in Ghana. Puts us in the driving seat on the policy side and then on the development side. And so we believe that this must be a marriage made in heaven with mutual opportunities on both sides for us. And I'm very delighted that I can speak to Maltese business people to engage. But we were also working very hard to actually build an air bridge from Malta to Ghana, which under normal circumstances should take not more than 6 hours, maybe 4.5 hours.
4.5 hours.
But, yeah, 4.5 hours. But for me to get to Malta right now means I have to travel to Europe and come down. We could have, we could have direct flights, which could facilitate the movement and open up more supply chain opportunities between the two countries. So I'm very excited about this proposition, and I'll go beyond just saying it's business into one of the strategic alliance.
That is exactly one of the one of the low sides of the making business with Ghana and vice versa. We do not have an airlink, and I think that is crucial in order to extend the opportunities that we can have with Ghana. And that is something that we've been working on for the past months. Of course, COVID was not good news for the aviation industry, but what I can say is that work didn't stop. And the meeting which the economy minister had in Ghana, in Accra, with his counterpart and with the aviation ministry, etc., I think that they were very fruitful. There are things that we start discussing and they're still on the table. So I think that an airlink between Malta and Ghana would go a long way into strengthening relationships between the two countries and between Europe and Africa.
Undoubtedly.
Chris, your reaction.
I can thank you. I can really confirm this is my life. This is what I've been experiencing for the last 3 years. I mean, I joined the first trade mission that Malta Enterprise organized and Trade Malta to Ghana. I joined even the second one. In the meantime, I was there many times, inconveniently 24 hours going and 24 hours coming, but it didn't deter me because I found much more than what actually Yofi was saying. If I may, Yofi said you can find bauxite, aluminium, and so on. I would list some other things. I found heart, I found courage, vision, and a good organization. In some places, the Standards Authority, for example, are extremely well organized, world class, I would say. And we're working on a number of projects there. We have been supported by Malta Enterprise to grow from a very small beginning to the medium size that we may be at the moment. And we have helped in return all the FDI that Malta Enterprise has brought to Malta, especially in the technological sector, to find the right services here, to find the right base, to be stronger. And we did really well for ourselves here, thank God. We did a number of projects around the world, but now we zoomed mostly on sub-Saharan Africa, mostly being Ghana, because, as Yofi said, it is the fastest growing, or one of the fastest growing economies, English speaking, very friendly, visionary, courageous, land of opportunity. And I can tell you, as Kurt said, many commonalities, many. It felt like working at home. So I've made friends. And I just venture to say that in all of West Africa, there is still till today not one pharmaceutical laboratory that is according to up to the EU GMP standards. But the first one is being done in Ghana. And this small Maltese company I represent here, Evolve, is actually doing it. So of all the competition from the UK, from Germany, from India, it was this Maltese company that had the heart, that wanted it badly enough, that pursued it with enough enthusiasm, that found enough commonalities and the right price-performance ratio to deliver this golden opportunity for us and for them. So I love this country, and Malta and Ghana have so much to gain from the strategic partnership that was mentioned here.
What a success story, Chris. In fact, even yourself, I know that you've been working quite a lot to foster strategic alliances. And even during COVID itself, actually this idea came up through one of our conversations of how we are going to engage with the Ghanaians, with different companies, yet again inspire as well Maltese businesses, not to let the pandemic or COVID, even though we cannot be at the moment physically visit the country, perhaps in a few months we will be able to do so, but we can still engage with other platforms, with other means, and
Yes.
this is definitely a success story.
I must say we found extremely good support as well from our High Commissioner, His Excellency
Yes.
Jean-Claude Galliamalia, who works very hard for Ghana and for Malta.
Indeed.
So,
I was actually going to make note of that you have a very dynamic and business aggressive High Commissioner who has actually warmed himself into Ghana. We think he's more Ghanaian than Maltese now.
indeed, he's married Ghanaian. So.
And we love him here. We do love him here. But he's been very good at creating bridges and links and connections between Malta and Ghana. And we are very proud to have him as the first of the High Commissioners in Ghana, and I think in Africa, if I may be right.
I confirm his dynamism, and he can open doors, he can knock on doors. So yes, I concur with what you're saying, both Yofi and Chris.
Perhaps it's also noteworthy to say that was it last year? Or was it? It was. I think it was last year when we attended the Malta Africa conference,
Yes.
which I participated. We actually did agree that in 2020 we will host the first one in Africa in Ghana. Unfortunately, COVID came in the way, and so we couldn't do it. But we are very keen and excited to do it. The president is excited about it. The Minister for Foreign Affairs is also very excited about it. And we'll keep that on the cards. As soon as we have some relief or leeway, we probably should engage and put that back on the table.
What I
That's
found,
Mr. Grant. Sorry, Kate, go ahead.
what I found very interesting, and it's something that we can develop together, is the startup community in Ghana. There are a lot of, first of all, the level of education in Ghana is very, very good. And the entrepreneurial spirit is also extremely advanced. So what we did, we signed as Malta Enterprise an agreement with Impact Accra, which is a small, I mean, by our standards, it's quite a medium incubation center and business accelerator. And I believe that there are a lot of synergies and a lot of opportunities for Ghanaian startups in Europe. And I believe that we can also contribute by introducing Africa, Ghana to our startups in Malta. So success stories such as Chris are something we can be using as a testimonial for young entrepreneurs, even not so young entrepreneurs who would want to verge into internationalizing their products. And this offer will go definitely to the startups in Ghana. We've met very good business ideas that are growing in Ghana, and I'm sure that there are a lot of opportunities for them in Europe. And Malta can be a very, very comfortable place where they can have an office here and internationalize their product, and they'd find business support from Malta Enterprise through our various schemes.
If I may, and this is perfect what you're saying, because it ties exactly with what I'm about to say now. In this case that I'm mentioning about the pharmaceutical, which is a high-tech solution, everyone understands it needs to be maintained. So how can we, from Malta, maintain this? This is no type of business that we should be making. There's enough cowboys out there, to sell something and forget it. We're not that type of relation. It's not the type of business relationship we want to foster. So we're investing both there and here. What are we doing? So first of all, we're using technology like augmented reality to support people on the ground, but also there's an exchange program where Ghanaian people handpicked by ourselves and the customer together are coming to spend a number of months with us here as an internship and working with our people and skills transfer and everything. And we are going to spend a number of months over there to help them. And then there will be some regular visits from our side, but the day-to-day will be handled definitely by Ghanaian nationals, because that's the way the business community needs to operate. And it has to be a win-win. And COVID came exactly at the right time when we were going to start talking, actually, to set up our own operation there. But it will happen. It was only postponed a bit. But the relationship was kept warm. And all the contacts were in touch, business-friendly, WhatsApp, Messenger, no problem at all. Replies coming immediately, emails. It's like, for us, it was just like dealing with any other customer.
Sorry, we keep bumping into each other. I apologize. I just wanted to ask, because everybody's extremely positive, which is fantastic, because the past few weeks have not been the best. I wanted to ask, engage, to what extent would you say that the pandemic has impacted the prospects both in Ghana and Malta? I think just put on hold. Are we looking at things to go ahead soon?
Well, I would say something that, yes, definitely, we've kept the engagement going. And of course, I mean, even as we speak, we are still not sure how this pandemic is going to turn out, but we are still speaking. And I'm sure there are many other people listening and who would listen to this and would, engage on the back of that. But, the interesting thing, though, about the opportunities that exist here is that post-COVID, they are still going to be there, and probably even going to be even bigger opportunity as the world sort of retools and reboots. Resources are going to be needed. There's now a clear consciousness about how we grow our food, and many people like it organic. That is one of the things that Ghana presents credibly. And so, yes, COVID has come to put a little blot in our aggression to grow our economies, but it's not going to be there forever. And yes, when it started, there were lockdowns, borders were closed, airports were closed. So a lot of supply chain disruptions globally. Our ports and our airports and our harbors were closed. And by the way, Ghana just opened its newly refurbished seaport, which will be the largest in Africa, with a traffic payload of 3.7 million TEUs. So that in itself tells you that we are serious about the engagement and opening up the continent through Ghana. We have an aggressive policy called the One District, One Factory, which means that we're going to ensure the setup of one industrial facility or enterprise in each of the 260 districts that we have. And that is also a great opportunity for us and Maltese business people. Beyond that, we also have what we call Planting for Food and Jobs, which is another aggressive agri-development plan, which for the first time in a number of years resulted in Ghana having a food surplus. We're actually now exporting maize, which we had imported 10 years for the past 10 years. We're a net exporter. The same with plantains and other foodstuffs that we have. So we are creating that enabling, should I say, foundation that will enable us all take advantage of. I think even with COVID has highlighted the need to work together, despite the fact that pre-COVID, there was a lot of political disruption, which meant that countries were looking more inward. And we refer to the case of the United States, we refer to Brexit and all that. But COVID has come to tell us that, yes, even though there are many countries that are not looking inward, the world will need to work together to ensure its survival going forward, without doubt. And the Africa part of the equation will be a very important construct of it. By 2050, Africa will be 1/4 of the world's population. And the demography of that population will mean that more than 60% of it will be less than 35 years old. That is one, a market waiting to happen, a consumption market waiting to happen, and two, a supply source of the labor required for the world to be sustained. And therefore, that is why education has been very important for us in Ghana. And so the opportunities are going to be there. And apart from that, Africa has 60% of the world's remaining arable land left for cultivation. And therefore, Africa could potentially, going forward, look at feeding the world. But beyond that, Africa still has over 30% of the world's minerals resources. So whether it's oil and gas, whether it's gold, whether it's lithium, whether it's cobalt, palladium, you all have it in Africa. Now, the world is not going to stop and says we don't need these resources anymore. On the contrary, the world is going to now require more of those resources to retool and ensure that we have sustainable growth in our economies. And so the African equation will become extremely important going forward. And Ghana offers that opportunity into entry on the continent with very attractive investment climate and frameworks. And for us, we'll work together with Malta to ensure that we have a strategic alliance that enables Malta to also open up the Ghana and Africa market for Europe.
Yes, of course, as investment promotion by nature means traveling. That is something that we had to rethink. However, we kept in touch with most of our clients. We kept in touch with most of our leads. We've organized virtual delegations. We've organized meetings on a regular basis. So the same people who were showing interest before COVID, they are still very much interested. And I can say very confidently that as soon as the travel ban was lifted, we had a good number of these leads flying over to Malta. We have at least another 4 coming over next week. We had regular delegations throughout July. So I'd say that the interest is still there. Of course, there are the very clear challenges that COVID brought about, which are basically a slowdown, an international slowdown, and disruption of supply chains, as Yofi was saying. So all in all, I think that if you have a good business proposition for businesses to set up, then it's much easier to reignite that business interest into companies wanting to invest but through foreign direct investment. So yes, I'd say that, of course, it's very challenging. I cannot say that everything is good and rosy, because all of us know that the economy has suffered and that people are losing jobs, even though we still have among the smallest increases in the European Union when it comes to unemployment. But of course, we'll need to kickstart that engine back into motion as soon as possible.
Oh, interesting. So there's a lot of opportunity to be explored, I believe. Both started off pre-pandemic, but even more so now. And a number of strategic alliances. I think, like what Mr. Grant mentioned, even the infrastructure enables Maltese companies to explore the African market, and having Ghana as a base.
I can also say that from our visit in Ghana, as Chris kept in touch with his Ghanaian counterparts, because he's doing, and the Maltese companies are doing business in Ghana. There are also businesses who are looking to Malta from a logistics, as a logistics hub, a logistics point of view. We kept that interest alive, and I'm sure that at the first opportunity, the leads that we have from Ghana, they will be traveling to Malta to see for themselves, and hopefully we'd have more Ghanaian investment in Malta, and new synergies are built, and basically what we've been talking throughout this short webinar, we'd see concrete results coming out of our visit and the Ghanaian visiting Malta.
Definitely.
We also wish you luck, Chris, with your endeavors. I'm pretty sure that this is a continuation for you from this
Yes.
point onwards.
Definitely.
And even in terms of products and service availability, you've explored even new ideas now. So COVID wasn't just a deterrent, but was also an opportunity for you. And we thank you very much, both Mr. Grant and Mr. Farrugia, for being with us today and for your contribution.
But can I say one thing before we go off?
Of course.
That I think with Ghana, you have a clear win. And for many reasons, some of which I've stated before. But I think for us, one of the key factors that makes Ghana an ideal location for Maltese business people is our political stability. And Ghana is known to be politically stable, but also a very peaceful place. And both Christopher and Ked have said that there is heart. There's a lot of heart here. There's curiosity, and there's happiness. There's a lot of happiness here. Ghana, both historically and culturally, has always offered opportunity to the outside world. And that is why originally it was called the Gold Coast. And so I want to assure the Maltese business people who see this is a safe, happy place. This is a place you can also call home. And we look very much forward to seeing things go back to normal and then travel start to happen and get our engagements going. But even before then, we are still talking, and we assure each other that we will open the bridges and the doors for our mutual benefit.
Maybe one very quick last question to both of you on this note. If anybody is interested in finding out more, how do they go about finding the information, both for Malta and for Ghana, perhaps? It's something practical.
Right. For us, we just if we're reconstructing our website to make it more interactive and more engaging. But the GIPC would be the real door into Ghana. And we work very hard with the High Commissioner, Jean-Claude, to keep that gate open and the door open. So I believe that any request can go through the embassy or can come directly to us at GIPC for engagement. You can find us online, and I'm always available to answer any questions, especially if it's coming from Kurt or Christopher.
Thank you.
I confirm what Yofi was saying on the hospitality and on Ghana being a very, very peaceful, safe, and happy place. So from the few days I've spent there, I could feel home, I could feel safe, I could feel a place where you can eat well, where you can enjoy yourself as well. That is something that is very important. It is also the case for Malta, and political stability is part of our selling proposition. Of course, the beauty of this small island, and also it's a very good place to call home and to live in. If any Ghanaian businesses are watching this, they can, of course, find us online on the Malta Enterprise website. And of course, we've got a very active ambassador, High Commissioner in Ghana. And of course, any clients that Yofi would like to send over would definitely be all ears.
Yes. I mean, why do you need to choose, right? I mean, as a business model, I think that it should be embedded in your business plan, that you should be servicing both regions through Malta and Ghana. That is definitely our plan and what we're doing. And I'm providing support from both countries. So I thank both Malta Enterprise as well as GIPC and His Excellency, our ambassador as well, for all the support. It's very pro-business on all sides.
You're the next ambassador.
Chris will be our next ambassador. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
And have a safe and happy day.
Likewise. Thank you. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
There are challenges that also precede COVID.
Businesses that do not adapt to changing situations, they fall down.
Ghana always offers opportunity to the outside world.